Quakin Gospel. It captivates your mind. It quickens your heart. It soothes your soul. Reaching the masses. Quakin Gospel. Through gospel music, arts, and events. Like you've never seen before. More than just a show, it is Quakin Gospel.
Hi there! What time is it? What time is it? It is Quakin Gospel time, and we're about to blow your minds with nothing but the best Christian entertainment. And I'm excited. Why? Because come Sunday is the celebration for the very existence of humanity. Yep, we are celebrating mothers come Sunday. So you know what? Join us, because today on the show we are going to bring you nothing but the best Christian entertainment, and of course some Mother's Day treat. We will of course be bringing you some events, some intriguing stories you will love, and on the show we will be having an interview with some of the finest contemporary gospel female musicians. We are going to have a very nice time on the show. Do not forget, my name is Sheila and you are on Quakin Gospel. We will be right back. So moving straight into event, last year Osu Oxford Street came to a standstill because the Give It Up concert did nothing but prove that Christ is alive. Chris, take it away.
Quakin Gospel. Gospel.
Preview. Osu Oxford Street became standstill. Both vehicular and human traffic were at their peak as thousands of people trooped on the street to catch a glimpse of the Give It Up Street Gospel concert. The concert, hosted by Praise TV in collaboration with God's Family Music and Live FM, was one of the fascinating and breathtaking gospel street jam to have happened in the indigenous and the urban gospel music fraternity. The Give It Up Gospel Street Jam brought together a host of musicians, both the indigenous and urban gospel artists, as well as some popular celebrities, with the sole aim of reaching out to the unsaved with the gospel of Jesus Christ through music.
You want party where you think that you see everybody party for just for the year, but not the same. Let me go home for there, you know, see one time. I bet everything is for real. Let me make Jesus use you. My work said, but they give to Jesus.
Remarkably among them was evangelist Lord Kenya, the then hip life musician.
We are in We are in
The most fulfilling and satisfactory aspect of the entire Gospel Street Jam was that some individuals could not hold back their lives but had to give it up to Jesus Christ, the ultimate Savior.
You ready? You want to accept Jesus as your Lord and the personal Savior? Alright, say it for me. Say, Dear Jesus! I'm a sinner. And I know without you, I can't do nothing. I come as I am, though, because no one sees you. No one comes to you and go back the same. Write my name in the book of life. Should I die tonight? I know I'm coming straight to you because it's about that's what you died for. I thank you for forgiving me and making me a new person.
The Give It Up Gospel Street Jam was incredibly a success and fulfilling.
The most wanted award ceremony happened at SEM over the weekend, guys, and it was amazing. Of course, Quakin Gospel was there to catch all the action. Enjoy.
Quakin Gospel. Gospel.
Preview.
The Christian Community Music Awards CCMA was held at the Charismatic Evangelistic Ministries SEM at North Legon. The concert, which was organized by the Christian Community Microfinance Limited CCML together with eTransact Ghana, was graced with the presence of some seasoned Ghanaian gospel artists with the likes of Joe Metal, Benny Sofair, Selena Boateng, Cindy Thompson, Daughters of Glory Jesus, and the sensational Danny Nete, who was the MC for the awards night, as well as many others. The stage had performances from Cindy Thompson, Joe Metal, Selena Boateng, and many others. The Christian Community Music Awards ceremony was geared towards celebrating and honoring Ghanaian gospel musicians who, in the sight of the public, are contributing to the growth of the Ghanaian gospel music industry. There were numerous of awards presented for each category, but on top of it all went to the camp of the most nominated gospel artist, Joe Metal, who swept 3 awards from the categories Most Wanted Inspirational Song with his Turnaround, Most Wanted Praise Song with his Ayinyum, and lastly, the Most Wanted Music Lyrics with his All I Need Is You.
Can we sing it? Running from you when I want to be with you. I want to really thank God for this song. It will be unfair on my part too to take all this credit for myself. After I wrote the chorus and the small part of the song, I figured I needed a full verse, and I contacted this lady who has always been a great support to my ministry. There's a young lady called Baba Acheba. I don't know how many of you know her, but she made most of the parts of the verse happen.
Okay, Brad, you won an award. How's the feeling like?
It's a humbling feeling. Like I say every time, whenever you get an award, it means that your work is blessing people, your work is blessing lives. And so I'm always humbled by it. I think the reason I'm saying, if I add this 3 to it, only this weekend, it's 4. I just had another one from South Africa just last night. But because I was here, I couldn't travel because I had to go. And so it keeps coming. But I give all glory to God, and it always makes me know that I need to keep working hard and keep trusting God. Because more like what you're doing, keep doing it, because it's blessing lives. That's the thing.
As usual of every event, there were some assessments and criticism. Let's hear what some people had to say.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you grade this program?
Well, on a lot of things I would grade it on, but then I would give it, let's say, 6.
6? Why
yeah,
6?
because content-wise, it was on point. I like the urban, traditional, local aspect of everything that was put together, the technical aspect. But then I believe if it's an award ceremony, there's supposed to be some kind of prestige attached to it. I didn't feel that kind of prestige in the whole awards scheme, so I would give it a 6. And I think it's a far better improvement from last year.
Okay, so if there were any 2 things you'd like to change about the program, what would they be?
Well, in terms of production, they had to probe into other award shows and find out some of the things that would entice people and make it more,
No, the time, and the attendance,
Okay, thank you, Christian. Thank you.
One cannot deny the few flaws that occurred before and during the award ceremony, but that also could not be the grounds to mar the beauty and the successful nature of the award ceremony.
I see everything turning around for my good. Turning around for my good. Turning around, for my good. I see everything turning.
We believe in excellence. We stand for the truth. Our hallmark is to produce the best. And only the best for the nation and worldwide. We provide high-status education, spiritually tuned atmosphere. We are defined as Pentecost University College.
So what does the term Pentecostal Hug really mean, guys? What is Pentecostal Hug in the first place? This and more coming up on our exclusive segment on Quaking Gospel.
Have you ever felt a strong bond while hugging your mom or dad? Have there been misconstruing thoughts after you were hugged provocatively by someone who is neither friend nor acquaintance? As a male, how do you hug other males? Is it same as how you hug females?
It's so obvious because when you're hugging a guy, it's like you guys will just shake your hands and then you hug with your shoulders. But when you're hugging a lady, it's like you're holding her very close to you.
It depends on the relationship between me and the guy and the relationship between me and the female. Yes. So if you are a girlfriend that I'm very fond with or fond of, I can give an equal hug as I give to guys.
The guy, when you hug a lady, you want to feel that tenderness and that soft, chest. and it's a good feeling. You know, it's a good feeling in your mind yourself. You know that yes, this is nice. Come on, but the lady might not know.
Yes, so I believe it depends on the relationship.
Whichever way, hugs are meant to show affection and a sense of belonging. In the Ghanaian terrain, we've known some thought-provoking types of hugs. Paramount among them all is the phenomenal Pentecostal hug.
Pentecostal hug is a form of hugging that they usually do, and it's like the upper part of the body gets, you embrace it or cuddle it to the other person, and then you push back the lower part with the mindset that you don't want that sacred part to touch each other.
I think that the Pentecostals, being as it is, were overly sensitive. Leaders being sensitive to the issue of hugs, wanting the young people to avoid what we call full frontal hug. Because there's a full frontal hug where the whole body, submerges itself into each other.
In church, usually after service or after a concert, or even in one of the segments in the program outline, where it's time to welcome each other back to church, it isn't uncommon to see people, male and female alike, go round hugging one another. A quick sweep around hug-prone areas indicated that it originated from the Pentecostal churches. We didn't stop there. We went on and found some revealing yet fascinating stuff.
There's Pentecostal hug. There were churches that existed before the Pentecostals. So would we have a Catholic hug? Would we have an Orthodox hug? Would we have a Presbyterian hug or Methodist hug or Anglican hug? We don't have any of those.
Maybe two say Pentecostal hug.
You hug the person in a way
yeah, they said Pentecostal hug. According to what people say, it's like when you hug someone and you don't have to like come nearer, you have to go back and so that things don't touch things.
As Christians, what does the Bible talk about concerning hugs?
The Bible as our source of reference in whatever behavior that we put up as Christians, and even for the non-Christians, a lot of our cultural practices for us, we take them from the Bible. In one of Paul's exhortations, he was encouraging the brethren to give themselves a holy kiss, and it's an expression of a deep affection that he had for them, which we can bring in hugging as also an affection that you have for one another.
Is there a definition for holy hug?
A holy hug is done in a way that, there is distance sometimes.
That hug that you try to detach your bodies from each other.
The Christian hug, sort of.
Health-wise, what is the significance of a hug, irrespective of the giver or receiver or type of hug?
Actually, it sends me back into Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where we have the physiological needs being the base or the broadest form. Then we come to the safety and security about housing. Then we come to a section called the love and belongingness. Now, everybody, irrespective of who you are, needs some level of love and belongingness. And that's where hugging, I can place hugging. If you go into the labor ward, for instance, immediately the baby comes out. We place the baby on the mother to establish a bond. And hugging is one of the ways we give them that. Now, when mothers bond with their babies or are always hugging their babies, they release a hormone we call the oxytocin. Now that is very, very important, because as they continuously do this, the babies are able to bond very well with them. So sometimes that's why some babies, when you give them to other people, they are able to realize that is not my mother, and they begin to cry. When there is a gentle pressure on the sternum and the emotional charge, there's an emotional charge, what happens is there is a stimulation of a gland known as the thymus. Okay, and when this happens, it's able to regulate and then balance the body's production of white blood cells. And white blood cells has its function as fighting all forms of infection. So if you have enough white blood cells, then it's able to fight infections and then build your immune.
So from all these representations and understandings, we can't afford not to hug or be hugged. What matters most is the motive behind it. If you can't be them, resort to Pentecostal hugs.
For me, what I would say is that you have to be sensitive to your own environment. If you're living in an environment where if you hug is a hostile attitude that is gestured towards you, you have to be wise and discreet.
Who say, oh yeah, now Crawford, sir. Inti normally na fede akwaye say obeye kra na weni aba ho so na ase wako hagi nipa no normal.
So
I'll say hugging has many positive sides.
When you're hugging a lady, some ladies will want to give you their sideways, but then you want to have her full body, hold her tight to yourself, and then you're saying to yourself, wow, this feels good.
Well, so I think hugging is something we should revisit and we should encourage more.
Some women can really hug well, where when you hug them, you're like, wow, I wish this would stay forever. That kind of thing, yes.
Of course, with very positive notions behind them.
We should socialize without sexualizing. So let's go out socializing in a more decent way where God will be glorified. At the end of the day, whatever that we are doing, we are accountable to God. So be mindful of your actions and inactions and make sure that what you are doing pleases God.
So still on exclusive, coming up is of course our Mother's Day treat here on Quaking Gospel. We are bringing you insights of what mothers really go through, and we're talking to some resource persons. You don't want to miss this. Stick and stay. You're on Quaking.
A little boy asked his mother, "Why are you crying?" "Because I am a woman," she said to him. "I don't understand," he said. His mom just hugged him and said, "And you never will." Later, the little boy asked his father, "Why does mommy seem to cry for no reason?" "All women cry for no reason," was all his dad could say. The little boy grew up and became a man, still wondering why women cry. Finally, he asked God. He said, "God, why do women cry so easily?" And God said,
"When I made a woman, she had to be special."
God said to the man that it is not good that you remain alone. I will make you helpmeet. Now, a woman basically means that a man with a womb. So, when it got to the women, God added something. And basically, the womb of a woman carries a lot. The womb incubates. And women are not just carriers, but they're givers.
I made her shoulders strong enough to carry the weight of this world.
Women are very strong. Sometimes we get it all wrong because we say they are the weaker sex. But it is said that the weight a woman carries during pregnancy and childbirth, the pain the woman goes through, men couldn't take it. Bible says in Genesis 3:20 that the woman was named Eve. And the Hebrew of Eve is Shava, and basically that is a life giver.
Yet, gentle enough to give comfort. I gave her an inner strength to endure childbirth.
Women are physically strong because women, I said earlier that you have a woman washing at the same time cooking, at the same time looking after a baby. And you wonder how they get the strength to do that. God designed them to carry other things. they are very, very strong, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Because sometimes the things a woman would go through, if a man did, the man would go off.
And the rejection that comes many times from her own children. I give her a hardness that allows her to keep going and going and going when everyone around her gives up.
It's the way God has made women. Don't forget, Bible says that she was called as a helpmeet. A helpmeet basically means surrounding somebody with aid. And for women, until you've achieved what you want to achieve, there's no stopping. Whether you're ill, whether you don't have it, whatever it takes for you to get there, it's something that is inbuilt, is in you. That is the way God has framed women. Like I said, a woman carries a womb. And when you are carrying something, until it is full term, you don't give up.
I made her to take care of her family through sickness, toil, pain, hurt, sickness, fatigue, without complaining.
Now don't forget that every child is connected to their mother, the umbilical cord. And basically, until that cord is severed, the child is still part of the mother. There's a bonding, there's a strong bonding. So I would say that a woman's emotional strength is much more than the physical strength. Because once a woman sets out to love, it's forever. And that's what they carry across. I mean, kids walk away from their moms, kids are disrespectful, but mothers still go back to their kids, give them comfort. You'd say to your child, I'm not cooking because of this, but the next minute is you're asking, are you hungry?
I give her the sensitivity to love and cherish her children under any and all circumstances, even when her child or children hurt her badly.
Did we give birth hoping our kids would turn into arm robbers? No. Sometimes the situation in life, sometimes it's peer pressure. But I've known women to still pray for their kids who have left home. They don't even know where they are. And that is a woman's love. It's unconditional. A woman loves not because they're being loved back. If not, a lot would have abandoned their homes and gone off. But once a woman says, I love you, it is deep, it is spiritual, it's inside them, it's part of them. And they keep at it, they're committed to it. Yeah.
I give her strength to carry her husband through his faults and challenges. I fashioned her from his ribs to protect his heart.
Isn't it written? And sometimes you're thinking, why are you supporting an armed robber? With all the beatings and everything, why are you still there? But I believe God said something. And basically we're going according to it, not in the negative, but like I said, that a woman has been created to surround the man with aid. So whatever it takes, from feeding to nurturing, even nurturing their men, to supporting their men.
I give her wisdom to know that a good husband never and ever hurts his wife.
Women are the best managers in the house. Yeah. How did your home look like before you were married? There was no color, there was no life until you got married. And that is a woman's job. It is said that a man would give you a building, but a woman would give you a home. They make home out of houses, and they make men out of boys.
And finally, I give her tears to shed. This is hers exclusively to use whenever it is needed.
Women are very emotional. And sometimes that is the only way they want to express what they're feeling. So basically, when you deal with emotional beings like women, you get a lot of tears. Sometimes it's out of frustration. Sometimes it's the language they speak. And men ought to understand that they need to read. Sometimes it's out of love. Yes.
So you see, the beauty of a woman lies not in how long her hair is, nor the quantity of makeup on her face. It is not the boobs on her chest or the goods back door. The beauty of a woman lies in her eyes, the doorways to her heart where love resides. Happy Mother's Day to all potential mothers.
My mom is a lovely woman. She's good and kind. I just wanted to wish her well, long life and prosperity.
Mom, I love you. I don't think there is any other mother who is so fantastic than my mom. I'm a human. She's a beautiful old girl. I love you, Mom. Happy Mother's Day.
All right, this Mother's Day, that's this very Sunday. I'm wishing her a very Merry Mother's Day. She's so special to me, in fact, since childhood. But I don't know what to say to her. Auntie Foyakwa from Ekumfia Dancing. I want to tell her that may God bless and keep him alive. I love her. I just want to tell my mom she's the best mom.
Michiami Mami, Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, I wish my mom Happy Mother's Day.
Me ade amoye me huya nka me person ke ye beka say grandmother day because me nyanu a na nka me pe.
Hello, Mommy, I love you. Happy Mother's Day.
Born abaso pa also nyo no ka me ni wiase.
E wo hwe support dey ahwe me.
Pregnant mothers, nursing mothers, first ladies and grandmothers.
We believe in excellence. We stand for the truth. Our hallmark is to produce the best. And only the best for the nation and worldwide. We provide high-status education, spiritually tuned atmosphere. We are defined as Pentecost University College.
Quakin Gospel is giving you an opportunity to be on the stage right here to advertise your upcoming event. What we're saying is because we want to be down on the floors and know everything happening, send us your posters, send us every upcoming event we want to know, because we are event lovers. You never know, you might be on the stage right here with me talking about your event. All right, so Quakin Gospel, do not forget to contact us on 02000 74544. Welcome back. Like we told you last week, there's been a little bit of course, some people came up and then some people went off, but do not worry. Danny and Mark will come on set to do a better elaboration on that. And do not forget, if you want more of this, especially if you want to vote for your favorite artists, go on Facebook, Quakin Gospel TV, and then check us out on our other platforms as well. On YouTube, we have some interesting videos there, so go and check us up, right? And then do not forget to put your comments down. And of course, if you are an event organizer and you are organizing an event, please contact us on 02000 74544.
Quakin Gospel.
Now up next, like I told you, is our Mother's Day treat special. Coming up on stage with me is some very, very, very important personalities in the gospel industry. And these ladies are doing absolutely amazing, and we are going to have fun right here on the show. Stay tuned, you're still on Quakin Gospel. Guys, we are having some of the very, very important VVIPs in the contemporary gospel industry, and I have with me here in the studios Pastor Jifa, our one and only, and of course Franca.
Hi.
Now, because we are all musicians, we are going to start by singing. That's how we do it here in the studio. Okay, so I'm going to sing a song, or like some sort of an intro, then you take it, and then Pastor Jifa like that, then we kick off.
I want to rap.
Yeah. Pastor Jifa is now a rapper, so
Yeah.
Yo. Okay, so Franca, how you doing?
I feel so blessed. Pastor Jifa, I like your dress. You can now rap for me.
Okay, so I'm in the studio with Franca and
Sheila.
Yeah.
We are happy. Put your hands in the air.
It's blazing in the studios, guys. We are celebrating us. You know, we are the third most important people on earth aside God, because Mother's Day happens to be the third most important celebrated day in the entire world. First is Christmas, second is Easter, and third is Mother's Day. So me, my own conclusion, we are the most important people in the whole world.
It's very true.
And we are celebrating us come Sunday. Let's take it back to our homes when we were growing up. How was growing up like for us with our mothers? Who go first?
Pastor
The rapper? Pastor Rapper?
Well, memories.
Yeah.
You know, when we were growing, I'm a little experience from my end. Things weren't too smooth. You know, you have very difficult times, but every time it was mommy who would make sure that things happen. You know, make sure that school uniforms are well ironed, school fees is sorted out, food is ready, whether there's money or not. She has to make sure that babies get something to eat, and she really taught us. One of the things I have kept over the years was her sign languages. When visitors come and then they want you out of the hall, she just looks at you and says, well, you know what, and you know what to do. Like, my friend, move out of here now. that kind of thing. But the training, the discipline, how to cook.
Wow. So you must be the best cook in the world.
I love to cook.
Wow.
Ask Franca.
I love her to love.
Wow. So Franca, how was growing up for you?
Well, growing up hasn't been easy though, but there are certain values I've learned from my mom, you know, discipline, how to carry yourself as a lady. It's one of those things, and making sure I'm always at church, rehearsal, always encouraging me with my singing and all that. I can say that she's taught me a lot, and most important thing, you can't be under my mom's guidance and not know how to cook, otherwise you'll be in trouble. Everybody has to know how to do something. No matter how young you are, you need to know how to do something. That's one thing I like about my mom.
Great, so let's move on to the mothers in terms of music. Who were you listening to growing up? Who was encouraging you? Who were you looking up to so much when you were growing up in the gospel industry?
That's kind of a bit tricky because I didn't start with the local stuff though. But
well, let's go everywhere. We are celebrating mothers everywhere.
Yeah. CC Winans was actually my favorite because of the kind of inspiration I draw out from her singing. You know, she's a full worshiper. When you listen to her songs and ministers, she preaches with a song, you know. She's the one I started listening to from those days. I started singing gospel. Then my favorite, Daughters of Glorious Jesus. I just love them. Then Stella Dugan. Then it came to Stella Dugan. This were my favorites when I started singing until now.
What sort of inspirations did you draw from these people? Mention them and then tell us about the inspirations you got from them growing up.
Well, my favorite then was Tremaine Hawkins, and she had this soprano, pitchy soprano, you know, and the passion with which she sang her songs. Even before I became born again, I loved listening to her because of the way she put her messages out there. And so even if you are not a believer, she's saying something, she draws your attention to what she's saying, and you don't have a choice but to listen to what she has to say. And then the other person is Shelley Caesar, Yolanda Adams, Cece Winans. I have a last one.
Okay.
It's funny, but Whitney Houston was another voice.
So she was
Amen. I know. And Mariah Carey, but I used to call her witch because because some of her pictures I was out of this place, and so looking at combining all of these.
But these guys are not in the gospel.
No, they are not. But you see, there is. I hope somebody doesn't get me wrong. There is something about what they do, all right, that we need as Christian gospel musicians, all right, that sometimes we lack because we, in quotes, spiritualize everything. All right, so you're singing and you're going down and you're screaming. Somebody like, hey, what is she doing? What is she doing? But why is she doing that? She should just stand straight or stand at ease. You know, but there was something about the passion with which they were singing secular songs. All right, and we know the God we serve. And yet we are not so passionate when it comes to what we give to the Creator. And so I said, okay, this is it. She has something. I need that thing. I don't want it in her song, but I need it for Christ. I need it for God.
We're coming down to the now contemporary woman. I mean, we have the likes of Pastor Helen,
I
was going to say Pastor Now-Mercy.
Yes.
Now-Mercy,
yes.
Charlie, I was vision. Okay, so Pastor Helen, Pastor Prophetess Now-Mercy,
yes.
Pastor Jennifer, she's a new mother now. Ohima Mercy. I mean, let's look at how they are influencing the now contemporary industry as females.
Well, I think for the contemporary has been, it looks like it's for the male, you know, it's like they are everywhere, but it's now
they are not.
We are now taking over. It's a source of encouragement for the youth, especially the ladies who want to come into the industry and find it's difficult, thinking maybe it's a male dominated and can't do. So it's like they serve as an encouragement to draw more of this talent into the ministry to also be a blessing. Yeah.
I think you're absolutely right there, because Pastor Helen, she has a worship master class.
Yeah.
I think she has worship master class, and Voice Mania Academy. I think it's coming on.
Yes.
You're students. So these ladies, I think they are doing absolutely amazing,
great.
Especially because some of them are pastors, some of them are women, as in married women, and mothers.
Yeah.
I think they are doing exceptionally great. What do you think, Pastor Jifa?
I think that I agree with you, because I can use myself as an example.
Oh, absolutely.
When I go to see Pastor Helen, we don't just talk about the voice. We talk about other things. You know, I want to find out how, as a pastor and a mother and a pastor's wife, how ministry is like, what she does. We talk about everything. We talk about weight. We talk about food. We talk about, you know, and so she doesn't just serve as a teacher when it comes to the voice, but she's a mother, a role model, a mentor, somebody you can always go to, because she's a pastor as well. And so, you know, sometimes there's a funny saying that most of the time it's the pastors who preach to the people, and they walk away with whatever burden they have, because they can't go sharing with the members. In my case, I am a pastor, so after I've shared, when I need help, I run to her.
So she becomes your pastor.
Yes. She's my pastor. You know, so sometimes we need it, because you know, there are some very difficult situations that you can't just tell anybody about. But as a woman and as a mother, you can always go to her. Pastor Jennifer she's my twin sister actually. Because, we celebrate the same birthday.
Wow.
And she's my sister. Namasi is my sister.
We know that.
You know.
The triplets.
Yeah. You know. And then there's Joycelyn, Amma. These people are sisters, and now Franca and some other beautiful women of God out there.
Please mention me and me and Sheila.
And Sheila. And Sheila and please don't beat me, but these are the people who have planned to take over the
men.
The men.
We are planning to take, I think
very.
A coup or something.
Yes.
One of these days, Pastor Jifa, you should lead us. You should organize an all-woman, I don't know, maybe campaign or something.
Oh, now will lead.
Yeah, we are overthrowing.
It's in the pipeline. It's on its way.
Okay, so let's go into another thing. We are still in ministry though, so let's look at the work involved when it comes to ministry as females. So, Pastor Jifa.
Okay. I have been in ministry for 22 years. September will be 22 years.
Franca, should we applaud?
Yes. And it's no joke, you know. Especially when you have to lead men, you know, praise and worship. They are waiting for a man, and then you come and stand there. And that's the only way you command them, you know. Big and small, young and old, lift up your hands, open your mouth, and bless the name of the Lord. I'm sure some of the men will be like, what is you doing over there? Where are the men? When did they start? You know, but through it all, it's been exciting, challenging, because you call for rehearsal sometimes, and beg you people, instrumentalists, it not be easy, you know. Sometimes, I don't know, but the way they treat the men is different from the way they treat the women, you know, whether in church or outside church, events and all of that. You ask, so when are we rehearsing? They're like, oh, we'll let you know. But I'm sure that when the men say, oh, Charlie, we feel rehearse today, say, okay, look, we organize them, you know. But when it comes to, it's true.
It's
right?
true, it's very, very true.
But when it comes to the women, they're like, okay, we'll see what we can do. Okay, we'll find a venue and let you know. And the truth of the matter is, because you can't go out there and be looking for things. Sometimes we fall back on them, and they will flex us. You know. So now, what some of the women are doing is we are trying to do some of the things by ourselves. So we'll go and look for venue, we'll look for the places, and then we'll call you, please, we have rehearsals today. You know.
That's it.
But it hasn't been easy, especially with the role I play in church. I'm a worship pastor. I am part of a team that goes to train the choirs and the instrumentalists and music directors in the regions. So I go to some of the regions.
Should we applaud her?
Yeah, she's doing a lot of great
work. Make it money. You know, so we get to go to the north. Last year we went to Gambaga witch camp for almost 2 weeks. You know, you come back, there's an event, you have to get ready, prepare, get things together, talk to the video people, speak to the lights people, so who is doing interview. And sometimes you know, this is what I think. I think that because women are always on the move, when sometimes we assign the men to do things for us, they don't do it the way we want it. So we end up doing it ourselves. So when is the interview? Oh, we'll find out. Okay, don't worry, I'll go and sort it out. And then so by the end of the day, we get to do a lot of the work, and that puts a lot of strain on us and stress on us. Because one, we are now warming up into the industry. And then we end up doing all these things, and sometimes some of us have said it several times. After this one, I won't do it again.
Because it's very stressful.
Braga, what has been your experience?
It's been an interesting one. It's been an interesting one. But fortunately for me, I've been working in the studio, so I know a lot of studios and a lot of rehearsal venues. So that hasn't been a challenge. But the challenge is maybe when you have to teach a choir and you know how the tenor guys are. It's like, you know, just
tell me about
you know. Just as Pastor Jifa said, you know, if it's a man standing there, everybody is focused, but it's like you're a lady, what she's trying to do.
Sure she's singing
are you sure? You know, and I've had some of these challenges, you know, with Impact Project. I've been an organizer for like the past 8 years.
Wow.
I mean,
shall we clap for
you know, sometimes you have to set up. I'm not a sound person, so I can do the setup. Then they come and do the sound. Sometimes you come and you're telling them do this, do that, and it's like, this lady cry.
And then they term us bossy.
Bossy, yes, they term you as bossy. Sometimes when you have to call people for rehearsal, you have to let somebody call somebody, and like it's a whole lot of circumnavigating. I mean, a whole lot of circumnavigation goes on before.
Okay, so even though I don't really want us to finish this conversation, we have to go. Unfortunately, we'll try and set this up another time. We'll do this even bigger. We are waiting for you and Namesi.
Okay.
Prophetess Namesi. So your last words for the women in the industry, the women who were in the industry, and the women are very mothers. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I would like to say God bless my mom for carrying me 9 months and also bringing me onto this planet Earth to be a blessing. God bless the mothers of old, the mothers in and the mothers that will be coming. God bless them for even being an exemplary leaders for some of us to even pick up the courage to even come into ministry. God really bless them, and God keep them. God give them the grace to continue with the good work.
Okay. I'd like to take this opportunity and say God bless you to my mom. You know, she prays for me every day. Sometimes I'll be sleeping and then I'll hear her praying and mentioning the names of my friends who sing, like all of them. And I'd like to say God bless you for the great work that you have done. And I'd like to say God bless you to all women who are in ministry. I can't mention everybody's name, but there are a lot of women who are in ministry who encourage us.
Yeah.
Especially those of us who are now coming up. They encourage us. They are not envious, and they don't stab us in the back, but they push us forward. And I would like to say God bless them for the great work that they have done. Because, but for some of them, we wouldn't have started the ministry thing, but they have been a source of strength and motivation to us. And I'd like to say God bless them. We love them. Sometimes we are not in touch. Forgive us. We'll compensate you with jollof. God bless you.
So God bless them for making us, especially the pace setters, women who were driving to make up for women like us to take the ministry upon ourselves. Thank you very much for coming through, Pastor Jifa and Pastor, should I say Pastor? Pastor Franca. And thank you very much for staying on. Do not forget, you're still on Quaking Gospel. We will be right back.
Quaking Gospel.
On Sunday, the 8th of May, 2016, there's a special When Women Worship edition dubbed Obamo. Congratulations to every woman, married, single, grandmas, aunties, sisters. Join us at the Royal House Chapel, Ahimfie. The time is 3:30 p.m. Ministering artists, we have Pastor Jifa, Minister Kekeli, Benes Ofe, Selena Boateng, and Becky Bonnie. Wow. Our dress code is blue. Blue is a heavenly color. And the rate is free. Just come with a heart of worship and you'll be blessed. We'll see you on Mother's Day when women worship or bow more. God bless you.
Next week on Quakin Gospel, we hang out with Pastor Isaiah Fosu Kwachi Jr. Join Sheila as she delves deeper into the personal life of Pastor Isaiah. Do you want to know what he does off stage, the food he eats, the clothes he wears, the games he plays? Make a date with us same time next week.
Signing off, I just want to say a very, 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 very happy Mother's Day to my mom, Auntie Mary, aka People's Mom. You are absolutely amazing. You are about the toughest, strongest woman I have ever known. Even in the times of struggle, you were there. You kept us in your bosom, keeping us on the Christ track. Mom, we love you. From your P5, we love you. And of course, to all the mother figures in my life, to you, Auntie Gifty, and to you, Auntie Gifty's mom, and of course to you, Pastor Maisie, for this beautiful out. I know it wasn't mine, but I've taken it. Thank you very much, Pastor Maisie. I love this. And do not forget, you're still on Quakin Gospel. We are signing off real quick, but we will be back same time next week, of course, for the best Christian entertainment show ever. My name is Sheila. Be good.
Quakin Gospel. Quakin Gospel. Quakin Gospel.